1 minute, I'm recording. Today we are talking about the rest of the lesson, which is North Africa. As we said last time, North Africa consists of 5 countries. Here we have Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. Okay, these are the 5 countries: Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Egypt. But North Africa is bordered by the North Atlantic Ocean, the Western Sahara, okay, as here you can see the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. So it is bordered by 4 main physical features. Up here we have the Mediterranean Sea. Here too we have the Red Sea, the North Atlantic Ocean, and the Western Sahara, okay? We were talking about also the most important physical features such as the mountains, the Atlas Mountains, and we said it is a very big, or it extends over 1,200 miles behind the Mediterranean coastal plains across Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. And they are of course considered the longest mountains in chain of Africa. Okay, then we have talked about the most important body of water in North Africa, which is the Nile River. We said that the Nile River is the longest river. It passes through 10 countries. Who can tell me what are the 10 countries? I said that I see that many of you have sent me this assignment. Yes, Maya, go ahead. Maya, huh?
Burundi, Tanzania, Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, and Egypt.
Thank you very much, Maya. Yes, these are mostly the 10 countries. Also, we said that the Nile originates from the Lake Victoria in East Africa. Then it flows northwards, meaning some powerful tributaries such as the Blue Nile originating from Ethiopia. The Nile River forms a massive delta as the mouth of Egypt. It's covering around 24,600 kilometers, which formed by the Nile fertile soil. We said that the delta or the soil in delta is very fertile and it is very good or rich soil for many crops. Okay, also we've talked about the kind of soil and delta, which is the silt. The silt is a very fine, rich soil, which is excellent for farming. Okay. Then we've moved after the silt to some of the landform. We said that it is located. They are located in the southern part of Sinai Peninsula of Egypt. We said that we have lowland called the area that includes Mount Katrina, Egypt's highest mountain. And we said that we have the Qattara, which is a very low land. It is a very low land. This was a summarizing of the last lesson. Today, we're going to be completing the next lesson. Today, we are going to talk about also the bodies or continue the water forms. We said that the Nile River is the world's longest river in the world. It extends or comes from the Lake Victoria. It borders with Uganda and Tanzania, and all the way north to Egypt. We said that it ends in Egypt, not begins in Egypt. Of course, it feeds many of the channels, but the most important one is the Blue Nile from Ethiopia. It formed the Blue Nile from Ethiopia. Okay, it brought silt to its valleys, which supporting farming a very good one. Also, another water form is the Suez Canal. Suez Canal is not a human, is not a natural feature. It's a human-made feature which connects the Mediterranean and the Red Sea, which links Europe to Asia and saves time and cost for people, and instead of touring around Africa while they are trading. So it has a very very important benefits, and it is very beneficial for trade. As you can see here, this is the Nile going back all, and here is the Suez Canal. Let's talk about the climate. Most of North Africa receives little or no rain all year long. This is due to having most area being a mountain shadow for the Atlas Mountains. So actually it is very dry, and it receives a little rain or no rain at all the year long. Okay, so this is what brings us to a special kind of climate. Okay, as you can see that it also affects not only the kind of weather, also the kind of crops that can be grown during this. We have one reason in North Africa island, it is dry. So we have one reason is the rain shadow effect. What's meant by the rain shadow effect? The rain shadow effect is when the moist air flows south and rises up the Atlas Mountains, cooling the air and releasing rain. By the time this air passes over the mountains, it is dry and also have a high pressure air systems which fall over areas to south, sending a hot, dry air north, which does rain in desert. Southern winds soon follow these winds, dry land, and leave behind wadis or dry stream beds. So as you can see, it's not have a long time during the year with rain. It is a dry seasons. They are dry seasons. The climate is very dry in in North Africa, which provides little rain. Why do we have a little rain in North Africa? We also have warm winters and dry summers. What do we have? A dry. This is because something called high pressure air system. We have dry seasons because we have something called high pressure air system. This leaves behind something called wadis, wadi or dry stream bed. Okay, you're following? Are you following?
Miss, I can't understand the climate.
You can't understand the climate?
The part of the climate.
Okay, I'm gonna be repeating it again.
The part of like.
Okay, I'm gonna be repeating it again in a simple way. Actually, as we said, North Africa mostly consists of desert. Okay, so most North Africa receives little rain or no rain at all. This is the first part. It receives little rain or no rain at all year. Okay, why do we have little rain? This is because we are this area is paying a mountain shadow for the Atlas Mountains. Rain happens when there is evaporation for water, then condensation and rain fall down. But actually we have a shadow. We have the shadow because of the mountains. That's why there is no evaporation and there is no rain. So this is the first part of the climate. We have little rain or no rain for the year long. This is the first one. This is the near the mountains. What about the Mediterranean climate? We have also areas that are near the Mediterranean Sea, such as the north coastal areas of North Africa. They are facing the Mediterranean Sea, which gives them warm winter and dry summer. Warm winter and dry summer. Yeah, no rain in summer, and in winter it is warm. This is like the climate of Egypt. In Egypt, we have a very warm winter. It's not so cold. And at the same time, in summer, it is very dry. We don't have any rain because some countries have rain in summer. Okay, so this is the second type of climate. The first one, in desert, they receive little or no rain. The second one, near the Mediterranean Sea, they are facing the north coastal areas of North Africa. So the Mediterranean Sea causes warm winter and dry summer. The last one is the inland of North Africa. We have a lot of lands or vast inland area in North Africa, a lot of land. This land is dry. Why it is dry? It is dry because we have something called high pressure air system. The high pressure air system leaves the land behind dry, leaves it dry with little water, which is called wadi. Okay, look here. You'll find this is the Sahara, so it is no rain or little rain. Okay. And we said the area that facing the Mediterranean is having a warm winter and a dry summer. And the last one is the inland, which means the land in Africa generally is having another something called high pressure air system, which leaves behind wadi, something called wadi, which is dry stream. Okay. So we have variety of climate. We have 3 different kinds of climate. Who is asking the question? Who asking me to repeat?
Me, Miss Judy.
Judy, now you got it, yeah, Judy. We have 3 different kinds of climates. Now you got it?
Oh, yes.
But can you tell me if you got it? We have the desert, which receive what?
Little rain or no rain at all.
Thank
all
you.
The year.
The first one. The second one, we have the Mediterranean climate. The Mediterranean climate, which faces the Mediterranean Sea. What kind of weather does it have? It's like our climate.
And it has a warm winters and dry summers.
Thank you very much. And the last one is the inland area of North Africa. The land of North Africa in general, it is dry and it's leaving something called wadi, which is a dry stream. Okay. Anyone want to ask more questions before I go further? Anyone want to ask a question about the climate? Okay, let's move back. After the climate, we will be talking about the resources. What kind of resources do we have in North Africa? In North Africa, we have different kinds of resources. We have, yes, Hala?
Miss, I raised my hand by accident, sorry.
Oh, no problem. We have different types of resources. As any country, we have the oil, the natural gas, the phosphate, the iron, the fish, okay, and also the water. Let's start by the first one, which is the oil and the natural gas. Oil and natural gas actually comes from Libya, Algeria, and Egypt. Okay, this is actually Libya is the most oil-rich country in North Africa. So if we are asking a question, what is the most oil-rich country? It is Libya. It is the 9th largest amount of oil in the world. If you are comparing to the world, it is the 9th largest amount of oil reservoir in the world. So it's the first in North Africa and the 9th in the world. It also has a smaller amount of natural gas. Let's find Algeria. Algeria has large reservoir of both natural gas and oil. So Algeria is like Egypt. We have both. We have oil and we have natural gas. So if we are going to arrange, Libya is the most rich country in oil. Then we move to Algeria and Egypt. They are equal. They are equally with oil and natural gas. But we move to Tunisia. Tunisia's main resource are iron and phosphates. Now, what are phosphates? Phosphates are minerals, very rich minerals or chemical compounds that are used in fertilizing the soil. We are using these minerals in order to fertilize the soil. Also, Morocco has phosphates as well as fishing. So Morocco is very famous with fishing. Tunisia with phosphates. Yes.
Miss, can you let Hannah Hamdi enter?
Okay. So again, we're talking about the resources. We said about oil and natural gas. It is already in Libya and Algeria and Egypt, but Libya is one of them, the most rich country in oil. It comes 9th for the world, and it is number 1 in North Africa. Moving to phosphates. Phosphates, Tunisia is very famous with it. And phosphates are minerals or chemical compounds that are used as fertilizers for the soil. As for iron, it is Tunisia. Also, Morocco has some resources, but the main resource is fishing. They are very famous with fishing. Okay, let's move back talk about water again. Actually, if we are searching in North Africa about water, we'll be finding that the most important source of water in North Africa is the River Nile. It is the most reliable source of water in North Africa. We don't have other sources. We have other weak sources, but actually this is the main resource of water. Most water after this come from oases and aquifers. You know what's meant by oasis? But aquifers are underground layer of rock. We have the underground layer of rock in which water collects. When it's raining, these underground layers keep collecting water. And people use it, get water from it using tapping and drilling. So actually, the most important source of water is the River Nile. Moving back, we have the aquifers and the oases. That's why we always fight around the Nile. Okay. Let's see, but mostly we having advantages and disadvantages from having a dam on the river. Before that, I move further to the river. We said that the most important source of water is the Nile River, but we have something that's holding the water back. Anyone remembers what is holding the water back in the river? From last session, we said that there is something human built is holding the water back. Yes, Judy?
The dam,
Thank you very much. Yes,
the dam.
it's the high dam. Actually, we have several dams, but the most important one of them is the high dam. The high dam controls floods and it holds back the water. Okay, but the high dam has advantages and disadvantages. Who can tell me what are the advantages and disadvantages of the high dam? Who can guess the advantages and disadvantages of high dam? Try to guess what are the pros and cons of the high dam. Advantages and disadvantages of having the high dam. What do we benefit from having the high dam? I ask. Yes, Maya, go ahead.
Dams can produce electricity.
Yes, this is advantages. Dams can produce electricity.
And it also can save water.
Save water and secure us from floods. Okay, and it will help us also to grow crops all year long. So we have actually 4 advantages. The first one, that it secures us from floods. It helps us produce electricity. It helps us to grow different crops all year long, not only in the rainy season. No, all year long we have water. Okay. What was the first one? Yamaya again. It helps us save water.
Provide us farming.
Yes, provide us with farming. These are the main advantages of the high dam. We have disadvantages actually from having the high dam. We said that we have a very rich soil because of the Nile. The very rich soil is called silt. Actually, because of the high dam, silt is no longer settles. It comes with the water and no longer settle on land. So the soil is no more rich. It is not as rich as before. The soil is not as rich as before because when the dam holding water, it is also holding the silt. Okay, so who can repeat? What are the disadvantages of having the high dam in front of the Nile or holding back the water Nile? What are the disadvantages? What are the disadvantages? It's only one reason. حلا طارق. حلا طارق. No one knows what's the disadvantage? Hannah Hamdi? Hannah Hamdi?
Yes.
Hannah, I just said, I know that you came late.
Yes.
But I just said that there is one disadvantage of having the high dam and with the Nile or in front of the Nile. Do you know what is it? Do you know what is it? Let me help you because you entered late.
No.
Let me help you. Okay. I said that the soil of Egypt is very rich because of the what? Anyone knows why it is very rich? We have
Because
something.
of the Nile River.
Because of the Nile River. And yes, Yamaya, what kind of soil do we have?
Silt.
Yes, because of the silt. And what does the dam do? When it is holding back water, it is also holding back
Silt.
the silt. That's what makes the soil is not rich anymore. So this is the disadvantages of, or actually this is the disadvantage of having the dam in front of the River Nile. This was a question. So, something else, we said that the gift of the Nile is Egypt. Egypt or ancient Egypt was called the gift of the Nile. Who can answer this question? Why? Why Egypt is called the gift of the Nile? Do I have someone else? I only have Maya. Maya, go ahead.
Miss, can you repeat the question?
I repeat the question. Why ancient Egypt called the Nile that it is the gift of the Nile? Why Egypt is the gift of the Nile? Why Egypt is considered to be the gift of the Nile? Yes, Maya.
Miss, can I try?
Okay, Kenzie, try.
Miss, say you. Okay.
Can because have several dams control the floods like the large Aswan High Dam?
Actually, we're talking about the ancient Egypt. So it was very long before. Yes, Hannah. Hannah Durgham.
Because without the water of the Nile, Egypt people could not survive.
Thank you very much. Because of the Nile, Nile has provided us with many resources, water and silt, which made us settle around the Nile through farming, which will help us to be able to make the ancient Egyptian civilization, to do a civilization. So that's why it is the gift of the Nile. We have two main bodies of water in North Africa. One is human-made, and the other one is natural. What are they? Two main bodies of water. One is natural and the other one is human-made. What are they? Ahmad Rashwan. Ahmad Rashwan, what are the two main bodies of water?
Two main what?
Bodies of water in North Africa.
The Nile River?
Yes, it is natural, thank you. And the human-made is?
And the Delta?
No, it's not a body of water. Huh? The human-made is Suez?
Suez Canal.
Suez Canal, yes. This is the human-made. Today we were talking about the climate. And we have three different kinds of climate. Who can tell me a note about it? The climate. Yes, Hannah.
Miss, can I answer?
Okay, Nano, you didn't participate. Okay, go ahead.
In Mediterranean climate, dry summer and cool winter.
Nano, could you
I can hear you.
repeat, please?
Climate in North Africa?
Yes.
high temperatures and very little precipitation in the Mediterranean. It's like dry summers or cool winters.
And warm winters. Yes. Thank you very much.
الباقي ما اعرفش.
And we also have the wadi, which is a dry stream beds. Inshallah, next time I will be revising the rest of the lesson. We'll be having the worksheet, which is, I think, tomorrow, inshallah. We'll be revising the rest of the weather, the resources, and the climate again. And we'll be answering our worksheets. Anyone want to ask any question? If you have a question, you can save it for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to be revising the lesson. Okay? Judy, you want to ask a question?
No, nothing.
Okay. Revise again from the notes you've taken, and tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be revising the rest of the lesson, and inshallah, we'll be working on the worksheet. See you tomorrow, inshallah.
Okay.
Bye.